All right, another adventure, and I think the biggest one yet. I arrived in Panama on March 8th with a few pairs of shorts, my camera, and a journal. A land of lush palms, stray guard dogs, and not-so-friendly monkeys. For the next 3 weeks, I'll be on an adventure with 40 friends aboard a ship named the SS Revita. We had Timbo, our captain and the only one who knew how to keep us alive should things go wrong.
So that's like 250 pounds.
Damar, my new Colombian brother and grill master. The aforementioned Tom, legend and main character of this story.
Tom, where are we heading to?
We're heading to the point of no return, buddy.
And his Colombian sweetheart Clara, who is also Damar's mother. So, with our crew finally united, we spent several days in Panama to prep the boat, provision food, and enjoy our last few days of connection to the world. We would cross the Panama Canal midday on March 12th. Today is the day we start our journey. Captain Tim gives us a rundown of what to expect and how to make smooth of the process. Now, I don't know much about the canal and leave it to my naivety to think it's a simple passage. I was wrong. With 6 different lock chambers, massive cargo ships, and little room for error, it was anything but simple. However, it was really cool to be in waters filled with such rich history and sacrifice. And after 36 hours, a small storm, and countless failed knots, we finally made it to the Pacific where we enjoyed some well-deserved beers and a decent sunset. Tomorrow is game time. I've never been on a boat this long, and for 5 months leading up, I dreamed about what life would look like. What would I eat? How would my stomach react? What would we do all day, and what kinds of jobs would I be responsible for? So on and so forth. But as we crept our way southwest out of Panama, routine started to settle in. We'd work in 3-hour shifts and have 6 hours off. I enjoyed the night shifts. With the moon and stars illuminating the pitch black sea, perfect silence and chilly breezes, the graveyard shift was always my favorite. As for my stomach concerns, just woke up, got a little seasick last night, just blowing chunks to the side of the boat, but we're up right now, 6 o'clock. I've got watch from 6 to 9, and we are in the middle of the Pacific. So fortunately, that only happened on night 1. And during our 6-hour breaks, we'd pass time by snacking. The simpler the better, I learned. We'd read, listen to music, and do various boat maintenance. But most of our time was spent finding little pockets of shade and catching up on some sleep. We spent a lot of time sleeping. As the days drew long and the heat zapped our energy away, we were always lifted around dusk. We'd enjoy cooler breezes, colorful sunsets, and be pleasantly surprised by that evening's guest appearances.
Boy! No! This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Life is good. Just floating. With our destination in reach, we began to prepare for our time on the island. We caught a few more sunsets, dodged some storms, and backflipped our way across the equator.
Right, let's rock and roll, Blake.
I thought you were going to do a triple somersault, but...
Oh, should I go for the triple? Let's do the triple.
All right, let's do the triple.
For 6 straight days, life was good. After a successful voyage, we touched back down on land. They talk about sea legs, but I didn't really feel that. Maybe 6 days isn't long enough. With only 36 hours before Tom and Clara had to unfortunately depart the crew, we got that burger and got right to explore. The landscape was wild, untamed shrubbery and exotic plants that I kept describing as a landscape from Jurassic Park. With the little time left here, we did what we could.
Mysterious island berry. See what happens if I eat it.
We never would have learned how to swim, how to swim, how to swim. And there's things I've done.
There's no real story arc here other than 3 weeks well spent with 4 new friends. I think back to that day in Tahoe when Tom and I met. It was my friends Will and Charlie who actually made the introduction, but if it weren't for the simple question, can I come? None of this would exist. So to more adventures and to asking good questions. And a little bit of luck.
I need you more than all the oxygen your lungs adore. Come on, just say love that I need you more than all the oxygen your lungs adore. So that we can start over somewhere 10 feet underwater. So that we can start over again. We can start over somewhere 10 feet underwater. Said we can start over again. See, we are kids, we never would have.
Finally see land. Tom.